I know I'm a big believer that if you feel in your gut that something needs to change, or you feel like you don't belong somewhere, or you just feel something, do it.
Yeah.
Go. Do it.
It's about to get Gabby AF.
We about to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF. We about to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF.
But for the haters out there and the trolls, welcome to Gabby AF. I know you know who I am if you're watching. Gabby Laspisa. I brought in like a no name because like I heard he's pretty good. He has a wrestling school. He's been on NXT a little bit, you know. He's doing some things. He's been around for a while. I'm just kidding.
Grinding it out.
Grinding
it out, as they say.
Mr. Shawn Spears.
Hi. Do I look comfortable in my school? Do I look comfortable? I don't think I've sat here often.
Really?
Breeze usually does the administrative stuff here. This is kind of like the front office. I don't sit here
You don't
often.
do the administrative stuff?
Are you kidding me? No.
You're just the other guy?
We have different roles.
You know they have
different
brains,
things.
they have the muscle.
Not
Neither.
any of those.
Neither.
A little bit of the second one, definitely not the first one. But if I look like I can be comfortable here, if I look like I belong, that's all I really need.
Your shirt is matching the colors in the shirt behind you, so you're blending in very well.
It's my Guerrero shirt.
It's
Eddie.
a good shirt. It's a good shirt.
I agree.
But
you know who Eddie Guerrero is?
I do.
That was close. That was a close one.
Of course I know who Eddie Guerrero is.
That would have ended this in a heartbeat. I would have literally stood up and walked off.
Dominic Mysterio's dad, right?
I was going to say, don't make a joke.
That wasn't a real joke.
I know. Thank God.
I think that was an allowed joke to happen because...
You know what? I just should have asked, and you should not have
I know
even
who he
attempted
is.
to
I know
moderately
he's
answer.
one of the greatest of all time.
Very true. Very true. All right, sorry, this is your show. I'll let you.
No, you could talk like that if you want to. You can ask me questions if you want. No one's going to care about my answers, but...
I think if we continue on this path, we're going to go downhill very quick.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. If you're hearing a lot of pounding, it's because we're at Flatbacks, which is your school.
We are at Flatbacks Wrestling School.
And he's got a class going on because people love
People are pounding.
Pounding on the mat. Not each other, because that's not the kind of school.
Taking bumps.
Taking bumps.
How long have you been doing this?
Which, by the way, he thinks I can't do.
People are taking... You just called it pounding.
Yeah, I was being funny. I said this, it sounds like pounding on the mat. That's what, I didn't...
Bumping. It's
okay.
Falling. Bumping.
But the sound is pounding. Like, if you smack somebody, sure, but like you hear a slap. Like, it's different. You know what I mean? It's just a sound. Like a crunch is a sound that your mouth makes. This is why I don't know what to do with you anymore.
This is where I exit this part of the conversation.
No, it's fine. We can cut it out if we really have to.
Do not cut it out. Do not cut that part out.
So I've been dying to come here and sit down with Shawn. He's one of my good friends. And he's been like, come to Orlando. Let's do an interview together. Mm-hmm. Because in person's always better. As you can tell, this has been riveting so far. It's been a few minutes in and we're crushing it. But... obviously, I made a joke and said everybody knows who you are. You've been around for a very long time. You are kind of a bit of a legend in the sense. You're a veteran.
Veteran for sure.
Veteran.
But well seasoned, I like to call it.
Ooh, extra seasoned. You have a great tan today, by the way. I'm actually impressed by you.
Thank you. Although you did call me out on it earlier and did point out that yours was better than mine. I think that was like the first
Could you imagine if
sentence
it
you said to me.
wasn't? Could you imagine if my tan was worse than yours? I couldn't even be seen in public.
I mean, maybe it's possible.
Me and Cody text about tanning all the time. It's been like a topic about how a good tan can make or break you if I'm watching you on television.
He can pull off a half decent tan because he's got the blonde hair. I feel like
it makes him darker.
It does.
And the light eyes too.
So there you go.
But
there you go.
Some people have like really bad. Like I watch on TV and I see the tan and I'm like, who let you do that to yourself? The hands.
Some of the my hands aren't exactly. They're a little orangey.
Well, I told Cody.
But you got to find ways to hide them when you're out there.
I told Cody the trick about the hands, by the way. It's the barrier cream. You have to put the barrier cream right after you do the spray. Do you have barrier cream?
Yes.
So right after the spray, or you spray yourself or do whatever, you put the barrier cream and rub it all over and take a towel and it takes it right off your hand.
Well, usually I had to go to an actual salon to get this sprayed. Usually the lady I have that comes to the house, she handles everything. She's a G. So I don't have to worry about it. I don't have the hands or the...
Well, no, but the barrier cream will take it off for you. You just ask her for some on your hands after.
Noted.
She's not from Jersey. I worked at Tank Salon for 3 years before I got into pro wrestling. That's how I met QT.
I am not going to question your tanning capabilities and knowledge. I sure, it's top notch.
It looks great, I think, because you just had a match.
Did last night, NXT.
Stacks.
Stacks.
Fucked him up.
Rightfully so.
Real good. which makes me excited for you because I love watching you win your matches because I think you're one of the best on NXT right now, in my opinion. Maybe I'm biased because you're my good friend. But, how are you liking being a veteran in NXT? And you got your nice little faction, and now you added a girl to it who I like, so it's very interesting.
Miss Izzy. The faction is complete.
It is.
A lot of pieces in play for a while that finally came to fruition a week ago. So what you saw in NXT that happened to Tony and his crew was a long time coming. Good planning, and I feel the people that are in this little group are people that have kind of been looking to break out for a long time. Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, Izzy Dame are people that have kind of been like these. When I say kids, I mean it in the most respectful way. They're just younger, are very hungry, very driven, and I can kind of see little pieces of myself and how I used to be, and to a degree how I still am in each one of them, and then collectively. When you can see that in somebody else, or when you kind of recognize that hunger in younger talent, it makes things exciting again. And if you've been around for someone like me who just hit 23 years in January,
crazy.
Sometimes it's hard to get really, really geeked up and excited about certain things or plans. I've been around long enough to know that sometimes plans fall through. For the majority of the time, things change, the business pivots one way, goes the other, and things like that. But in this case, when I get 3 specific young talents with me, like those 3, I get excited no matter what we're doing. I don't care where we're pivoting. I don't care where we go. I don't care what the plan is. I have these 3 core kids that I know are limitless in terms of talent and possibilities. So in that regard, it's very exciting for someone like me because I kind of know what they're going to go through. I know the ups and downs they're going to go through, and I know how many times probably they're going to go through it. So I'm able to kind of help or guide or kind of, hey, heads up, just so you know, this is kind of what's going to happen, and it's okay. Or, hey, push, because now's the time. I can kind of help out in that regard.
Yeah. Is that something that you want? Like, is that more fulfilling for you in the sense of being like the leader of this faction and kind of like sharing your experience with them and showing them the road? Or at some point, are you going to be like, well, I'm still the leader and I want to get a title and lead you in that way?
Oh, there's always, that doesn't go away.
Right.
I think as long as you're in this, the idea of not wanting to be at the top of the card, or not wanting to be a champion, or not wanting to be challenged or pushed to the forefront, I think it should, in my opinion, should always be a thing as long as you're still active in this industry. If you're a young wrestler up and coming, or if you're someone who just started the PC a week ago, your goal should be to be in the spot of Cody Rhodes.
Right.
That should be the goal.
Right.
A little more realistically nowadays, it isn't my goal, but it was my goal for a long time to be in that spot. As time goes on and life pivots and your career evolves or whatnot, your goals change, but the idea still remains. That's why you train hard. That's why you keep at it, or that's why you stay in shape. So a lot of young kids coming into the PC, their goal should be to be in that top spot. So from a talent perspective, yes, I still have that. That's what keeps me focused. That's what keeps me training. That's what keeps me kind of hungry and still that little chip on my shoulder. But at the same time, and now more recently than before, it's very much balanced out by the fact that I really, really enjoy teaching. I really like helping. Again, my career hasn't exactly been all of this. A lot of it has been, a little bit, but I've been down here, which, looking back at it now, I'm able to it was tough during that time, and sometimes you're not able to recognize it while you're in it.
Yeah.
But if you can get through those tough times, there's a lot of wonderful things or beautiful things that can come out on the other side of it.
Yeah.
And I feel now I'm
on the other side
of the other side, so I'm able to kind of recognize where talent's going. I know how they feel, so if I see them kind of dipping down, it's like, hey, it's okay, it's temporary. It's just, this is part of how things are, to a degree, depending on the situation. But I really like being able to offer any kind of advice or guidance based on any experiences I've had, both good or bad.
Yeah.
And when I say like down here, it doesn't mean I've had 23 years worth of bad experiences. I've had some wonderful, incredible times in this industry. But it just wouldn't be what everybody's trajectory, perfect world, is this.
Yeah.
It's not reality. So it's just recognizing it now and being able to tell kids and kind of calm them down or help them out in any kind of way. I really love that aspect of things now.
Yeah, you seem like genuinely happy, which is like a good thing.
I
Do you know
am
what I
in-
mean?
I am in the right spot.
Yeah.
We're exactly where I'm supposed to be.
See, that's like a beautiful thing because some people like, if they don't hit a certain goal or hit something in their life, they'll harper onto it and they have so many regrets or like they say like this would have went differently. But I think it comes across on screen and that's why they're getting these opportunities and these factions are like doing things and they're adding people to it because they want to work with you because of like how much you're actually making them better.
I hope that's the goal, that I can kind of help elevate young talent and at least, and we've been kind of doing that with live events and even TV. You know, I'm talking to them the whole time, no matter what we're doing, and they're watching and they're asking questions. And but I'm also at the same time, I'm also learning things when they ask questions like, oh, that's a good way of looking at things. We could also do this, this, this. It's just an evolution of creativity, and that's what WWE does better than anybody else, especially in NXT because we have, you know, with Shawn Michaels at the helm, Matt Bloom, and you know their creative writing team. Like there's always kind of like ideas being thrown around, and the creativity is always present, and there's always chances to evolve on it. And a lot of talent who might have a hard time getting the wheels turning, they can ask one of the many coaches, but I'm also in the ring with them, so they can say like, hey, when you had that perfect 10 stuff, how'd you come up with that? And I can tell them how I came up with it, or I can say, here's how it had a hard time getting out of the blocks. And then when it did get out of the blocks, here's what I did to kind of try and keep this moving. Like, there's not many people around right now that are in my position. And what I mean by that is I'm still active in the ring. I can still get in there. Like, if I tell you about something we can do in the ring, I can actually actively get in there and show you how I do this. So you're going to be able to, you know, adapt and soak that in a lot more than I can just go, oh, just hop in there and try and do this. No, do this way. No. I can actually get in there and show you hands-on. So it's much easier for them to kind of get a grasp on what I'm talking about. And you can kind of see the light bulbs and switches going off a little faster than normally would if I'm just directing traffic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah.
I mean, I think NXT right now, you mentioned all the people involved and just what's going on, and I think it's like the best it's ever been, quite honestly. Like, I enjoy watching it. And now, why? I think I think they're the best women's division right now in what I'm watching, and I'm kind of emotionally invested in a lot of the characters, but they're also...
That's it.
You're welcome. That's it? All right.
That's it.
See you guys later.
Emotionally invested in the characters.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hot. That's why it's good.
Yeah. But I also think it's because veterans like you are coming in as well, and it's a mix-up of those kinds of things happening. Talk about, you know, the crossover now with TNA is making me more excited than ever about anything. We just saw Moose show up. If you're going to give me Moose Oba and tell me, like, that's not an insanely exciting match to watch, like, I mean, you were there when it happened. Like, are you excited? I know you know Moose pretty well, so, like...
I'm excited at this idea that it's the landscape's changed.
Yeah.
And that's just a testament to how... I hope not, you know, whoever watches, but like how Hunter is operating, you know, as the head of this company.
Yeah.
He's literally, we're talking about a 14-time, I think, world champion.
Crazy.
So he can actually sit back and kind of survey the landscape. And I'm not speaking for him. I don't know what he's doing, but it's a new day and age where the business is always evolving. So if there's an opportunity to partner with TNA and to allow our talents to get more exposure or to get more reps or to get more, you know, brand building opportunities, then how is it how is it not a no-brainer? Like, why wouldn't we go that route?
Yeah.
And I think that's the beautiful thing about pro wrestling is that it's, you know, no matter what company you're, it's all the same. It's all this. So let's get as many pro wrestling fans together, and it's only going to benefit TNA. It's only going to benefit WWE. It's going to benefit everybody across the wrestling brand. But I'm a big fan of a lot of guys over in TNA, and a lot of my friends. And like, so to see. I'm waiting for EY to come over. Like, come on over. Like, come back for a little bit. For, you know what I mean?
Is that who you would want? Who do you want the match with most if you could have one its own in TNA? Just for
TNA?
yourself because you know them so well.
There's a lot of. I mean, I worked EY a bunch before. He's always so easy and fun to work. That's tough. Because I'm trying to think of their X Division kids too. I don't know.
You can't answer a question with I don't know.
I know.
I'm putting you on the spot. We're doing an interview.
I know.
Isn't that how questions work? You ask a question, someone answers it?
Pretty much.
Oh man.
It would,
Did I
it would-
stump
it-
you?
It,
We're
would,
gonna
it, would,
leave-
it would be EY. It would
Yeah?
Be, yeah, I would go old school. He trained me. It's just a thing like.
Yeah.
Because I think last time we worked, I think it was like a takeover in San Antonio or something. So I'd like to get one more before. I don't think he'll ever retire, but before I do, maybe we get one more in.
I could see you with a bunch of people, I feel like. Just because you're such a good heel and you're
So
so.
thanks for helping me out and spitting out a couple names there,
I
Junior.
think, like, I don't know. I would love to see you and Hendry because he's so loved and you're so hated.
He kicked the shit out of me on NXT like 2 months ago.
Okay, 2 months ago, but now he's champion, so it's, it's a little bit different. Frankie, I would love to see. I love Frankie.
Frankie's fun to
Kazarian.
work.
He's
Frankie's fun to work. Worked him in
awesome.
Australia last year, or a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Australian tour. Yeah, he's a blast.
Nick pretty well, I'm guessing, right? Nick Nemeth.
I know Nick very well too.
Like, you could throw in any of those people.
But I thought you were talking about like new people. I've worked with these guys before, so I
Well,
thought
you
you were
didn't
talking
name
about,
one new person.
I don't know, give me a list of.
Like, you named all the veterans and then-
maybe an Ace Austin.
Ooh, yeah.
I think he could flip around a little bit.
Jake something, the big boy.
Too big. No.
Too
He's
big
gonna want
for
to
you?
pick me up. You're not gonna pick me up unless I tell you to.
Okay.
So no, don't run me or don't bump me unless I tell you to.
I don't know. I
That's
think
where
you
I'm at in my career. By the way.
Yeah, great. That's why. So it's not about the elevating the talent. It's like, I just don't want to get hurt.
I'll make you look great,
Yeah.
but
So,
on my terms.
So obviously another fun thing, NXT's kind of picking up these talents that, Ricky Saints now.
Ricky Saints, baby.
Welcome to NXT, Ricky Saints.
New Orleans finest.
Oh my gosh, the pop he got when he walked in, I'm so happy for him. Obviously, you're very good friends with him. Talk a little about how excited you are for him to be. You get to see him every week now.
Every week, I get to see that pretty face of his. Very excited. Spend a lot of time with Ricky over in AEW and things like that. So we've had a lot of our conversations. Just the guy who's same thing, grinding it out, looking to get a break. Got a big break over there. And then I think it's just a matter, just much like the business, I think it's a personal evolution that we as performers kind of see, search out. And sometimes, I know for me, I can't speak for Ricky, but I know for me, it just felt like I wasn't in the right place. So I needed to go. I'm a big thing where I've been pretty smart in life, believe it or not. I know.
I don't.
I know. But I've set myself up like okay to where, money isn't at the forefront. It's a little different now because I have children now, but like money isn't at the forefront anymore. I put time as the ultimate, so I'm much closer to the end of my career than I am at the
Oh my
beginning.
God, that was so depressing.
Why?
Well, just because you paused before you said in my career, you were just like, I'm much closer to the end in my career. Like, it just sounded
You thought
sad.
I was like dying soon or something? Like, why do you got to go so morbid? That's not where
You
we're going.
said it, and then I was like, damn.
Okay, but
Damn.
let's just say I'm okay. Well,
Did you ever see the Kevin Hart thing where he's like, I'm 53 years old, and Kevin Hart goes, damn.
yeah, and then there was just an awkward like pause and
Yeah, like, how old are you?
44 today.
Damn.
44 today.
It is, by the way.
44.
I'm like looking up stuff on the way here, and I'm like, is it this fucker's birthday today? It's his birthday. He didn't tell me. I had no idea. He's working all day
You didn't
today.
know. You're interviewing
didn't
me.
know.
Aren't you supposed to do like your
Well,
background?
I did. I was
You're supposed to do a
researching.
background homework or something on people.
I did it on the way here.
Not on this show.
I had a bit of a drive.
Not on this. Not on this show.
I
Shit.
did, but like, you're not a birthday person. You don't really care. You're like, yeah, it's my birthday.
I don't promote it. I don't. Everybody has a
know.
birthday.
And I feel
I don't-
bad. He's with me on his birthday.
I made, like I said, when I was talking about time is the ultimate currency. Yeah, this is me
He doesn't have-
spending it well.
Yeah, he doesn't have much time left.
Yeah, so just want you to know you're taking minutes, brother. Shit.
What were we talking about before that? 'Cause
I
now
don't know before you start burying yourself.
I
No,
feel
but
so
in all
bad.
seriousness, like, time is the ultimate, for me,
Yes.
currency, right? So let's just say,
Right.
I think I saw something like, you want to talk about sad? It's kind of sad.
I didn't want to.
I saw
but guess.
something on Instagram, like the average lifespan of a man is like 74, 75.
Okay.
So technically I'm more than halfway through that.
Yeah,
Now, some people sit there.
that's crazy.
But some people look at it as like, oh my God, that's crazy. Some people freak out. I've done pretty okay for myself. I think I've lived 2 lives
Right.
in a span of 44 years. So in that regard, I think I've done pretty well. So same thing kind of happened where I felt like I needed to I have X amount of time left. I want to spend that the way I want to spend it. And
Right.
by that, I mean, I just wanted to contribute. Where I was, not necessarily needed, but wanted to. And ended up taking that big step, and it paid off. Again, I've been lucky enough in my career, and I can say this wholeheartedly, I'm not trying to be cocky, arrogant, whatever the hell. I have bet on myself, and every time I have, it has worked out. It has worked out in the best way possible. I've been very lucky because a lot of it has been 50-50, and it could have went wrong, but either way, I made the calls, and I have to live with it. I think can't speak for them, but for Ricky Saints, it was the same kind of thing. I think he just felt he needed to step away and step into something new and kind of re-jumpstart. And I think a lot of talent, depending on how long you're in this, both men and women, I think they hit that at some point in their career. Now, how they go about dealing with it is really up to them, but I know I'm a big believer that if you feel in your gut that something needs to change, or you feel like you don't belong somewhere, or you just feel something, do it.
Yeah.
Go. Do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Because soon or later you'll be 44 and halfway through.
Yeah. It's better to like do it and then fail than like not do it and regret not trying.
Right, but we hear that. We've heard that for years.
Yeah.
You know, chase your dreams, and if you fall 7 times, get up 8.
Yeah.
We've heard all that, and we see all the shit on Instagram about all the motivational, and I love reading that stuff too, and I like seeing the videos and the montage. I love seeing all that stuff. But it's a lot easier said than done. But a lot of it is just taking that first step. A lot of it is just, a lot of people say, to your point earlier talking about, a lot of people say, oh, well, what'd you say? You said like, oh, I can't do that. It's like when I do.
We were talking about manifestation because someone was telling me to start manifesting stuff.
Right. So instead of saying, well, I'm not, or you know, I'm not going to be able to do
like,
this.
Or I want to do this. No, when I do this. Instead of I want that, or like I wish, say no when it happens.
Right. And manifestation is wonderful.
Sure.
But manifestation without action is simply a thought.
Yes.
I don't know, and I'm sure it's called something else, but to me that's all that is, just thoughts.
Yeah.
So as long as you're taking a step in that direction, just go. I think I saw Denzel Washington say something like just awesome in an interview. I don't know how long ago it was. And I'm probably going to screw this up, but I was paraphrasing. But he said the first part of your life, you learn. Second part of your life, you earn. The third part, you return. I just went, damn, Denzel coming in with the hot shit.
Yeah.
But think about it, like your first part of your life, you learn your craft, you learn whatever. The second part, you earn, you get the fruits of your labor. And the third part, you return it. I feel I'm in the third part of my life where I'm able to teach and give back to the young kids. That's probably why it resonated with me so well, is because I'm able to sit back and go. And it was almost a very like, I'm kind of there. I'm good. Like I'm supposed to be where I am. So I don't know, it was like I'm not being articulate, and I can't explain what I'm thinking enough well, because I'm not very smart.
It's Canadian.
But Canadians are smart. Stop saying that shit.
You set me up to say it.
I didn't set up anything. I was actually trying to say, I wish I was smart, and you're like, well, it's because you're Canadian. You were just taking the knife and digging it a little. Jeez, you heard this. You saw this, right?
I'm being a smart ass.
In the midst of me saying, man, I really like giving back to the kids. I really like teaching them.
You're good at it. You're so good at it.
Don't try and turn it around in a heartbeat. Don't try. You just ruin the moment. Move on. Next question.
No,
My
you
God.
are though. You are. That's why everybody wants to work
You know what?
with
You're turning into one of those haters.
I'm a hater?
You're turning into one of those Shawn Spears
That's
haters.
not true at all. Every time
So
I say something
boring.
nice to you, you go, shut up.
So boring because he's Canadian. So uncharismatic because he's Canadian.
Okay, because you
so
won't
boring.
say. By the way, this is what he does anytime I say anything. Oh, it's because you're from Jersey. Oh, it's because you're Jersey. Oh, so you do the same thing to me.
Not on camera though.
Well, I don't hide behind it. I'm not fake. It's a problem.
Wow, I'm fake. Is that
I'm
because I'm
real.
Canadian too?
That's maybe. Maybe.
You're the worst.
It's the Canadian.
This is the
thing.
worst interview I've ever done by far.
That's lies. No, that's a lie. That's
sure?
incorrect, and it's a lie.
Have you seen my
take
other
it back
interviews?
on air.
Huh?
What other interviews?
Exactly. Do your homework.
Exactly.
Be professional. Do your homework.
Well, I mean, I can bring the most out of you, I think, because we're such good friends. That's what people say to me.
People.
I'm not going to say who, because I'm not going to call them out on the podcast, but people I've had on. Great people.
That say.
And they say, like, you get the most out of me for some reason, because, like, you're an easy person to talk to.
I think it's because I infuriate you.
Why do you think you infuriate me?
Well, you're just an angry person in general.
I'm really not.
But you're able to, like, you know that you can project on me and it doesn't faze me one bit. So
yes.
I allow you to just let out all your anger and I just go, huh, all right.
Yeah.
And that makes you feel good about you.
It does.
See?
That's why I keep you around as long as I do.
That's why you keep me around. Yeah, that's it. Sure, bud.
Well, I mean, I feel bad because you were having a moment talking about how inspirational you are.
I lost my train of thought.
No, you didn't. It was, what you're saying is accurate. Like it's amazing to be at a time in your life right now where what you're doing is what you feel like you're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Because a lot of people don't get that.
I think it takes time.
Yeah.
I think I was lucky enough to know that I wanted to do this since I was a kid. And you hear that, like oh, I want to do this since I was a kid, and it's a wonderful story. It's not all that easy.
Right.
And I had a lot of reasons why, I could have turned it around, or I could have just stopped and got into something else. But when there's something that, I don't know, that you can't help but feel that this is what you're supposed to do, I think it can only be explained by someone who understands that feeling. I don't want to, there's nothing else on this world I'm interested in doing except this.
Yeah.
That is it. Nothing else.
Nothing else at all.
Nothing else.
That's crazy.
I can't picture it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I like have investments and whatever that, and I was trying to think about another business to kind of start up and stuff. I was like, what do I like? The Rock has got tequila, likes tequila, so we started, again, vastly different.
Right. Yeah.
But, and he likes tattoo products, so he's got a skin line, and he's got all this other stuff going on, but what do I like? I was like, well, I get my hair cut, but I'm not going to start a barbershop. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's nothing else I love enough that I would dive into and put the work into, except this. This is what I love.
Do you think that becoming a dad kind of changed that for you? Because just kind of adjusting to that, and when it comes to teaching and stuff, has it helped? Has it kind of changed you as that advisor of a person?
I don't know if it's changed me much as a coach. Only because this industry is so unique in a sense where it's got to be, because things can go so wrong so soon, especially when you have young, impressionable minds. You need to make sure that the best foot's put forward at all times. And mainly what I'm talking about is safety.
Right.
There's a lot of young, impressionable women getting into the industry at 17, 18, 19 years of age that are not aware of, or maybe not aware, I shouldn't say not aware, but maybe not aware exactly of how the world works exactly, and the pitfalls that could come their way. So you almost just want to make sure you're guiding young human beings in the right direction, or at least putting their best foot forward. Because I'm very like here from Breeze, that's why he and I run the school together. We're very big on two things, and that's footwork and safety. Not necessarily in that order. Those are the two fundamental things that we instill and drill into your head constantly. So I'm very strict on those two things. I am at the Performance Center. I have a girls class. I teach a lot of the ladies, and it's the same thing: footwork and safety. Pay attention. Dial this shit in. Focus. Because one small, or one wrong turn or one wrong miscommunication, someone can get seriously hurt and lives could be altered. So that's the way I look at it. I know it sounds dramatic. I know it sounds very serious, only because it is.
Yeah.
So but that's also why I've lasted and can still walk straight and can still bend down and pick up a tennis ball and throw it to my kid after 23 years of all this stuff. I believe it's because of that kind of stuff. So it hasn't changed me in terms of how strict I am and that kind of stuff. I think about how they'll view me as they grow up. If they'll care about wrestling. I don't think they will, because obviously mom's a wrestler too. I'm a wrestler. I can see them both growing up going, cool, you have toys. I can see them not caring about it.
Or opposite, that they're going to be obsessed with it because mom and dad both do
Maybe,
it.
but if they turn around and go, hey, these are my action figures, I have 3 or 4, or, I think I'm in a video game now. Again, so I'm like 4 video games. So, that's good. I'm just like, this fucking kid, I'm going to shake the shit out of you. But I also wonder, that's the other part is if you win a championship. I've said this, I think, on Van Vliet's podcast too. I don't know if I can name drop on another show.
Yeah, you can shout out. I'm friends with CBV. Love him.
CBV's good people.
Yes, he is.
But I remember John Huber, Brody Lee, when he won the TNT title in AEW. It was a week or 2 later, he sent me a picture of him holding the TNT title, and he had his 2 sons, Brody and little Noel, and they were all so happy. They were all smiling. They were I thought it was. I'll never. It's ingrained in my head.
Yeah.
It's burnt into my mind as one of my favorite pictures ever. And I have a lot of pictures of my kids, but it's one of my favorite pictures ever. And I think it's because I'm jealous. I want that with my kids, and it's not about the fact that he's the champion. It's because he's sharing that moment with his sons, and his sons are going to grow up and go, my dad was this.
Right.
So in that regard, I'm like, shit, it'd be nice, or it'd be awesome if I could duplicate that photo. Now, realistically, I know that the chances of it could happen, but could also not happen.
Right.
So I think now, because I have sons, I want them to at least grow up going, okay, if my dad did this, I can do this. Let's just say he wants to be a baseball player. Well, if my dad can make it in this sport, like, I have a shot. I just want them to think they have a shot. That's all I care about.
Right.
Now, when we get down to, hey, here's what's going to take. It's going to take work. It's going to take a lot of hard work because it took me this much hard work to get here. But if you do this much hard work here, you can get there. So I just want them to be able to go, okay, that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be tough. I'm supposed to get knocked down a bunch. I'm supposed to try and get back up. I'm supposed to keep pushing forward. Like you always hear, I love the phrase fall forward. I don't, you get knocked down 7, 8 times. Like, it's fucking, you're going to keep getting up slow. Yeah, if you keep getting up too. But if you get knocked down, just keep going forward because you're getting 1 inch closer and closer and closer. I'm a big fan of falling forward. But I want them to know it's okay if I fall as long as I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
So that's more what I'm concerned about nowadays with my kids. I just want them to know that it's supposed to be hard. It's okay if it's hard. And I just have to work. That's it.
Wow, you're very inspirational today.
I don't know.
I wasn't expecting it.
You're
throwing a lot
I also
of
won't I won't train if they want to be wrestlers.
You're not going to train them?
I'm going to send them someone. Send them to either TJ, Tyson Kidd, or he'll probably be president by then, Cody. Cody. Or I'll send him to Cody, and Cody will send him to whoever he sees.
Yeah.
For about a month, and I'm going to say, run them through it. And if they come back to me after a month or two and go, I'm not kidding, Dad.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll go, okay. But if they last with those two, then I know they're serious.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you would trust those two with your children, so that's...
Yep. Well, Cody's the godfather of my sons.
You're the godfather of his daughter, though, right? Yeah. Don't you and QT share it?
Yep.
I had QT on, he told me that too.
Yeah. Him and Breeze share.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could split godparents.
Do whatever we want.
I'm not a godparent for my nephews. I thought I was, and I wasn't. No, godparent.
I have a feeling that's the right choice.
No, you need one. There's 3. I couldn't get one. I got 3 nephews. I'm like,
how did you not take that offensively as you have my other jokes? That should have hurt. That should have stung.
So,
I was aiming for the soul on that one.
Listen. I don't know if I'm in any position to be a godparent to anybody. That's
what I was getting at.
I know, but it's also the gesture. They don't listen to my podcast, my brother and my sister-in-law, so I can talk shit about them if I want to.
Jesus.
But not in a bad way, but she has 4 sisters.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
so
sisters.
then they have 3 kids. she has 3 sisters. So each sister's a godparent.
Yeah, you can split them up. I think you can split them up. It's no big deal. It's not a legally binding thing. It's just more of a...
If something happens.
Yeah.
Which is morbid to think about, but...
It's true, but it's also a comforting thing.
Yeah.
I know that a worst case scenario, if I called Cody right now and said my son needs within
10 seconds,
he'll have it.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling, and I could be over, but anything, same thing. If he called me and said, Liberty needed something, anything, I would break my back trying to get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a thing. So that makes me comfortable that if I do go away, I know there's somebody looking out for them some sort of way.
Yeah.
And I trust the 2 people that would.
It's I get so much shit because everyone calls me a mark for Cody because I will talk positive about Cody all the time because I say the person you see on TV is actually the person he is behind the screen. He's just a good dude. He helps me with stuff all the time. You do too, but they don't call me a mark for you because, I talk about Cody all the time and I've had him on my show twice. This is your first time on. But,
Working your way down the ladder, huh?
He said that. I just
I had to get it in there. It's for the haters. The haters sitting there going, yeah, we were saying the same thing. Oh, he said it. Oh, no, I got nothing.
I know. Do you really think you have that many haters? It's so funny. We were talking about this.
I don't care.
I don't think you do. I think when you come on screen and when you showed up at NXT and stuff, I think a lot of people were excited to see you. I think a lot more people like you than you think.
I don't, but it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
It matters in a way where it's it's just funny because you hear there's boring.
Yeah.
Or he's not charismatic or, yeah, right now my role is not to entertain you. I am not supposed to have you like me. I'm not supposed to make you clap your hands or make you smile and make you jump to your feet. That's not my role. That's the guy I'm facing's role.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to like me right now. So, no, if you don't like me, fine. I just love talking about it.
Yeah. No, you're the
'Cause
best.
I think it's misinterpreted in terms of what a bad guy should be and what I think a lot of bad guys today in all companies want to be cool. Good. All you guys be cool. I will not.
He's never been cool.
I'll let the other guy be cool.
PSA, Shawn Spears has never been that cool.
Right? So life imitates art. There we go, buddy.
Just saying, you got to stick with what you know.
Just being me.
He's literally the same person you see on TV is the person that I talk to all the time. You're the same.
Yeah, a lot more vulgar over text though.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's NXT. It's on the CW. You got to be safe about that kind of stuff. You got to have a little bit of respect for yourself. But, I mean, how do you feel it's WrestleMania season, obviously. We could talk a little bit about Cody because Cody's in the main picture. Like, is there something you would rather see even as, like, because you are a fan of pro wrestling, obviously, and, like, take yourself out of the equation and being in NXT and all these things, like, we don't really know what's going to happen. You got Cena, you got CM Punk and all that stuff. Like, what's something who do you want to see Cody face at Mania?
I don't know anything. Just so you guys know.
There's nothing. He hasn't.
I don't know shit about where people are going, and I don't ask Cody. Like when me and Cody talk,
I would hope not.
We don't really talk about. We talk about life. We don't really talk about the business aspect of things. That's kind of like we don't. I'll buzz him every now and then. Say, hey, did you catch this? What'd you think? Mm-hmm. And every now and then, vice versa. But other than that, it's pretty much straightforward, real life stuff. I would love to see him and Randy. I think there's a lot of.
That's what I said.
There's a lot of history. There's a lot of growth since the days of Legacy, since Randy was a mentor to him, and just there's been Cody has come so much, like so far on his own. He's ascended to where he is. I just think that is a new match. Even though they've worked before, it doesn't. I think it's a new era. It's a new time. And I think that match will draw a lot of viewers and it'll make a lot of money. So
I miss seeing Randy on screen.
But I like to see. I don't want just the one-off. I want give me the build. Give me what they do best, and just give me the slow burn. Give me the little hints along the way. Let me follow the breadcrumbs and let me see what you're baking.
Yeah, and I mean, we were talking before we started filming, and you were talking kind of your Mount Rushmore people that you've loved to face, and Randy was one of them.
Loved working Randy.
Yeah.
I don't believe a Mount Rushmore thing exists.
Well, it's just a term.
It's categories.
Yeah.
It's categories.
Well,
that's why it's so hard.
Yeah.
So,
and it changes, I'm sure.
It depends on the category.
Yeah.
So are we talking Mount Rushmore, which is what, 4, da-da-da? Is it 4?
I think it's 4.
You better know, you're an American.
I think it's 4.
My
it's
God.
4.
Edit that part. It is 4. I know it's 4, but the fact that I saw the look on your face.
Well, because you looked puzzled, so you made me question it.
You're going to trust me? Anyways,
you have more years than me in
the
the
categories
world.
Are so that, like, who drew the most money? Who's the best in-ring worker?
Yeah.
Who's the best promo?
Yeah.
Who's the, like, there's too many categories. It's very hard to pinpoint. Mm-hmm. Like,
I mean, for you personally, of who you have faced. Like, that's interesting to me.
Oh, for who I've...
Because you said Randy was one of them.
Randy's... But I haven't even wrestled him much. We did a couple things, but he's just another level when you're in there with him, and you don't... Everybody knows how good he is based on the television equity and all that kind of stuff. But from a performer standpoint, until you're actually in there with him from a wrestler's point of view, you have no idea how good he is. And it's stupid how easy it is for him.
Yeah.
Like, it's infuriating for someone like me because I sit
scary.
there and go, shit.
Yeah.
AJ's another one of those guys where it's just easy, it's seamless. Cody's one of those guys where it's easy, it's seamless. Like, there's just so many guys that are just so good. And the best part is that they're all the biggest stars in the world right now.
Right.
They're all top stars.
Yeah.
Look at the roster on Raw and SmackDown. It is
insane.
Thick.
It's insane.
From whatever you want to consider the opening match of the card all the way to the main event. And to me personally, as a wrestling fan, it hasn't really been that way since like the early 2000s. Like 2002 to 2006 were like Edge, Angle, Guerrero, Christian. They were all like your mid-card guys. That was your mid-card, were those guys. It was the Takers, the Rocks, the Austins, the Triple H's, the Shawn Michaels that were your up. What a stacked roster.
Yeah.
I feel we're in that era kind of again to where everybody's a player. Anybody can be a player. It's just a matter of switching this guy out, this girl out, and here we go, pushing them, and we're there. Like, that's why we're breaking every record, every other event, every WrestleMania is a broken record. We're just
Netflix.
More.
Yeah, it's so crazy that
It's awesome.
even when you name the people like you Punk, McIntyre, like these kind of people that like
It's
you could put
insane.
them on any show and put this person in for this person and it's still going to be good.
I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark. And again, I don't know anything, but this Mania is going to be one of the matches are going to be just, you already have a couple advertised. I think it's
It's
Jay,
Gunther, and Charlotte, Tiffany Stratton.
So those two there.
Yeah.
What's Roman doing? What's Cody doing? What's Cena doing? What's Punk doing? What's Rollins
Who's
doing?
Rhea gonna face?
What's Rhea, McIntyre?
Yeah.
Like Owens saying, like it's stacked.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, which is beautiful because A, business is thriving, but B, it's also going to be a challenge for the kids in NXT because that's the roster you're going to. Step up.
Yeah.
What do you got down here now? Think bigger picture, and that's what I tell a lot of the kids. Like, your goal is not to be down here in NXT. Your goal is not to stay here in NXT. Your goal is to headline up there. What are you doing actively now to get up there? You want to be wrestling with the Codys. You want to be wrestling with the Romans and all those guys. Like, that's the goal, the Rheas, and like you want to be up there. What are you doing actively now to start now to get there? Think long term. So it's a challenge. It's going to be a challenge to crack that roster.
Is there anyone at NXT right now that you think, if you threw them in with a specific person, like they could be on that main roster, like already ready to go if it was done right?
I'm sure there are. I mean, our women's division, we have a lot of women that I feel they can be plucked at any time. And by plucked, I mean that means a term for being yanked up to.
Yes.
Doesn't mean I think they're chickens or whatever people are going to say something stupid.
Do you think? I didn't even think.
I don't know what else. But literally, if I take something out of here, some people call that plucked. I don't know. Just edit this part out so I don't get some kind of weird fucking trouble.
Definitely not.
They could be taken to the main roster at any point. I think we have a lot of women that are, you've seen Lash and Jakara kind of up there a little bit here and there. Roxanne's been doing a lot of work up there. We have Julia, Stephanie, like girls that are have already kind of staked their claim in NXT. From the men's side, I think we have a lot of men that are developing very, very well. I think Javon is going to be a big star for us. Oba's a big star for us. Trick, Ethan, in a very short amount of time, has made leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
I worked with Ethan again in AEW, and to see his progression, even from the time there to here in that short amount of time, has been tremendous. So, and you got me.
You know who I really like?
Let's just skip over the part where I talk about me. Who do you really like? That's the most important thing.
Tony. D'Angelo.
Now you're just being a dick.
No, I love him. Are you kidding? It's soprano Italian. Like, you're going to tell me that's not going to be my
favorite? Did you not just watch what I did last week?
That's why, I mean...
And that didn't bump you up, but you feel sorry for him?
I think he's really good. I like his whole thing. He, like, reminds me of home.
Jersey.
Yeah, he's
One
Italian.
more reason for me to dislike Tony.
By the way.
One more reason.
He's not from Jersey, but
he is now to me. He is now to me.
Do you not like The Sopranos? Come on. Rocky. It's all... I love it.
I'm going to tell you a secret that you are going to air, so that means everybody's going to hear this. I have never seen one episode of The Sopranos in my life. And I'm old as shit.
Have you ever seen The Godfather?
I've seen The Godfather.
Okay, that would have been a bigger... Like... Okay, I do want to hate on you.
Marlon Brando and I love
that's
Al
just so
Pacino,
much more of a classic that if you didn't see that, I would be a little bit angrier. But
I've seen The Godfather, but I've never seen The Sopranos.
You would actually like it too. That's why it's like annoying.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I also don't have like the luxury of time to sit. That's a lie. I do, but it's hard. It's hard to find. I would have to watch sporadically. I get caught up that if I start liking this, I need to get through it.
Yeah.
I need to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
I never watched it. So like when it was like a live show and it was airing all the time, like on HBO, I didn't watch it.
I don't watch live because I don't like waiting a week. I don't want to wait till next week to tune in. No, let's go now. The only way I can wrestling is the only way I can.
No patience whatsoever.
No, zero.
That's what's wrong with the world.
Patience and precision, two things I do. That's why I'll never play golf. Patience and precision.
That's like most things in life, patience and precision, by the way. But no, I didn't watch it live because I was like younger. I was like, my parents would watch it and I was like, I don't like it, but now I like it. The Sopranos. But that's why I like him. I think his style's cool. I like how he's like...
You think I should give it a shot?
Being Italian?
You
or
have your mind?
The Sopranos?
I already half look Italian.
You do, and you, like, I can't get over it.
I've got Italian,
You
European.
look super Italian. You got, well, because you actually, you know why? Because you have olive skin tone, even though you're not. Like, that's why your tan doesn't look orange. If you were, like, a pale...
Orange or orange?
Orange. Why? How do you say it? Orange?
Orange.
Orange.
You said orange. Go back and watch.
Is that? I'm not gonna watch this ever again.
We'll go
I
watch
already
the tape.
immediately regret it. I've never regretted something more in my life.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
1,000% lie. I did something awful last night. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't edit that part out.
Anyway, I was gonna say something really funny, and then you said something that was funny, and you threw me off because you're never funny. Funnier, and you made fun of my accent. Is orange Jersey? Okay.
We should probably just move on.
I can't now.
Just
Now it's in my head. But also, I do like Tony. You don't like working with Tony? Obviously, outside of everything else, like I like it. I think he's really good.
We'll see how that works out for you. If you place bets, don't bet on Tony.
All right. I don't know. You don't want to piss off an Italian. You don't know that very well, but like, I know it.
Do I look concerned?
No, you don't. But you never look concerned.
No.
So anyway, the fact that you're old, this is what I wanted to get into as well.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about these moments that you want to have and these things you want to move on with. Do you have like a time frame for yourself? 23 years now you've been in it. Is it like at 25 are you going to be like, let me look around and see if I'm like done? At 30, maybe I want to push it to this before I'm like retire from in-ring? Or are you kind of taking it day by day?
It's kind of, before the kids, it was kind of like, I'll just listen to my body kind of thing, which kind of still plays today. I thought if I could make it to a quarter of a century, because that just sounds, old, but also sounds kind of neat. If I can make 25 years, like 25 years at anything is impressive.
Yeah.
25 years in a sport, pretty
Unheard
rare.
of. It's hard,
It's pretty rare. But now it's pretty much like as my kids get into playing sports, like once they could play baseball, soccer in another year and a half, 2 years, I also want to do jiu-jitsu with my kids. So like
cool.
Once they're old enough to understand some kind of control, like emotional regulation or whatever, I want maybe like 4 or 5 for Austin. I want to do that with them. So that's something we would do together. So when they see me getting beat up a little bit, which I will, I'm just my ass thrown around. It's one of those things where it's okay. I just need to control how I react to it, kind of thing. So if I'm still able to do those things and play sports and kick a ball, and if they run and jump on me, I can catch them without blowing up my back or worried about my knees collapsing, then I'll be okay. But I'm going to listen to the body on that regard. Right now, I feel good. I'm still moving, and I feel I can still keep up with the younger kids. I can still, I can still hang.
Yeah.
But as long as it doesn't kind of disrupt any plans I have in the future with my kids, I'll do it as long as I can. The beautiful thing is that I'm even when I step back from on-screen performing as a professional wrestler, I'm still gonna have the school. I'm still gonna teach. I'm still gonna be actively in there because I believe that's the best way to learn is by hands-on teaching. That's the way I was taught by Eric Young, and that's the way I teach my kids now at the Performance Center and here. So I'll always be a hands-on coach, and the day that I can't be, then it's probably time to pack it in.
Yeah, I mean, NXT is only getting bigger and more things are happening for them and more cross-promotion and stuff too. So it's a good time to not be like, oh, I'm unhappy and I'm going to leave. You know what I mean?
I'm not going anywhere. This is the last stop.
Oh, it is?
This is the last stop.
I want you on the main roster a little bit more.
I
want to see. I could see it.
No.
Coming out.
And I mean no in a sense where it's not my call.
Well, yes.
If Hunter plucks me, right? Chicken. If he plucks me, it's his call.
Stupid.
If Shawn says, go up for it's their call. Right now, I am very fulfilled. I'm very happy with where I am. I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I love this. The awesome thing for me, and I think this is why I'm able to kind of, is that everybody on the main roster now, everybody in those top spots, I came up with to some degree. I've wrestled them somewhere, developmental or in different companies. I've been with them. And now to see them all, it's like I'm still a part of the machine. I'm still there. We're just in different sections of the company.
But you're all working towards the same thing.
We're all in it together, and that's the beautiful thing, and I'm good with that.
I know we have to wrap soon, but I just want to keep talking to you because I know it's going to make you angry because I'm going to take you longer than you wanted to go.
It's not like I have a business to run or anything.
He literally is in his school. He's like, this is the amount of time I have before I go out.
Do you see the talent that's out there right now? Do you see who stopped by today?
We can't talk about it, though. Are we allowed to?
We cannot.
We can't, but
It's a full house.
I
It's
was
a
not
stacked-
expecting it. I walked in and I was like, oh, he told me he has a class, and I was like expecting to see some like young guys, whatever. I walked in and I was like, cool, this is
There's Hall
probably
of
the
Famers
coolest.
here.
There's a lot of talent out
lot
there.
of people
A lot
here.
of famous people. Much more famous than
Me.
I was gonna say me because I'm not at all, but yes, you as well.
That's it.
But you train them, which is fucking crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
That's the best part. Again, haters. Sean Spears sucks.
Haters
Sean-
with an 8.
Sean Spears is a job guy. Sean Spears is nothing. Sean Spears is trusted to teach the future of this
Right.
entire industry.
The future and the people that are on top and some champions as well, but no big deal. It's fine.
I just love pro wrestling.
He does.
That's all. We all love it.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you always told me that this was like your favorite thing ever. Like you're an actual fan at the end of the day of something you love. You're not just good at it to be good at it. Like you love it, and I think that's some people aren't like that.
No, I think the derogatory term of a mark.
I said it before.
Right, you did say it before. People called you a mark for Cody.
Yeah.
Okay. I think wrestlers are the biggest marks because we decided to do this for a living. So there's no bigger mark than the wrestler themselves.
Yeah.
But there's a terminology that comes with it. You know where the idea comes from, right?
Wait, someone
Carnival days where they used to.
Yeah, someone told me this.
Yeah, it's an actual term. That's where the term comes from.
Grayson and Austin. Grayson told me that whole thing.
Yeah, that's where the term comes from. Is that it was an actual system to how do you get. But the way it's kind of used now can be kind of in a derogatory type way where it doesn't need to be. I think it's an endearing term only because I love wrestling probably more than the average fan.
Yeah.
Like you guys love wrestling, which is beautiful, thank you. But I love it more than you because I'm the one who straps on boots and jumps on there and gets
body
beat
through
up for a
it.
living.
Yeah.
Like, so who loves it more? Me, like, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's more of an endearing term nowadays, probably because I am one.
I feel bad for the guys named Mark that like get the negative aspect of it. You know?
I think it's easy to follow.
You think?
Your name is Mark, yep. You're Mark, yep. Hey, he's easy. I like Mark.
No. What about like the wrestlers named Mark? You're Mark. Like I feel like it's almost always negative, and they have to like.
Nah. I think we should spin it. I don't think it needs to be a negative term anymore.
don't think
it
so.
just needs to be an endearing term, a wonderful term.
I'll tell Mark Henry he shouldn't have to.
I think we're all Marks. We're all Mark Henrys.
That's impossible to do. There's only one Mark Henry
That
in the
you can
world.
edit out.
Yeah.
'Cause I
like that you say it to the camera like that. That's gonna edit it out itself. You know. What I mean?
I didn't like that when I said it, so you can just cut it.
So before we go, because this has been great.
Has it?
Have you been having fun?
I'm just glad there's a third person in here. That's all.
Is this the favorite
This
interview?
could have went off the rails real quick.
Is this your?
Guys, hear that?
I know who that is and you don't. That makes me feel cool. But is this the best interview you've ever done? Like top 5, top 3? How do you feel about it?
Are you gonna edit this part out? You're probably gonna edit this part out.
No, it's just gonna be for me.
You're just gonna keep this little clip for yourself like a weirdo?
I'm really
You have a little
sad.
collage that you watch at the end of every interview, just goes, "Hi, still got
I
it."
actually secretly ask every person and then I keep it in my own little slideshow for when I'm
So
feeling
the
down.
thing. Okay, I'll be sincere in this. The reason why our friendship is what it is and the way we get along is the banter between us.
Yes.
The way we talk to each other on this, it might seem like I'm being rude and mean. This
Or
is how
mean.
we have always talked the
Yeah.
moment we've met, and we just kind of went, wait, are you like busting my balls and I'm
It was-
busting? Yes,
yeah.
yes. Okay. Is that how it's going to be all the time?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it
Yeah.
becomes fun, and there's usually laughing, and there's usually whatever. So in this case, yes, this is one of the more enjoyable conversations I've had because it's always fun.
Yes.
So,
Because I'm fun.
well, I didn't say you're fun. I said it's fun, and I have a lot to do with that.
Yes, you do. You're like 20% of it. I'm a good 80% of the fun of the conversation.
80-20.
Yeah, I bring it out in you, I think.
You bring out 20%.
Yeah. That makes me sound bad, but like if it was anybody else, it's 0%. If you don't like somebody, you're the type of person you're kind of like, hey.
If I don't like somebody, there's no conversation.
Right.
There's not even a hey.
Right. But how do you know you don't like them if you don't talk to them first? Like you say hey and then you're like, ugh, I don't like this person.
No, I'm cordial. I'm nice. I'll say hello.
Yeah. I think too, I'm gonna keep this in, even though you're not gonna want me to. When I was going through it and I'm trying to figure things out and do things, you're always one of the nicest people ever and supportive people to
Don't
me.
tell anybody.
I know.
Don't
I'm not supposed to
cut
tell
this
anybody.
part out.
But you are, and you do it for a lot of people. And I think it's amazing because it's not something that needs to be out there for everybody to know. You just do it because that's who you are as a person.
Maybe.
But He's so uncomfortable.
I'm not going to confirm or deny this took place.
Well, I'm going to say that that's what he does. And no matter what, you always try to help me. If I text you, even if it's about something else that I need help with, you're like, ugh, yeah, Gabby, you're annoying, but like, sure, what is it? I'll help you.
Is that usually how I start the conversation?
Yes.
Sounds about right.
I say hi and you say, ugh.
I believe it's, you say hi and I go, fuck.
You're like, hello, Gabby, how are you? But no, quite seriously, thank you for always being so kind to me. And like, I wouldn't have came to Orlando to sit down and talk with you if I didn't know it was going to be enjoyable, because you are a friend to me and I appreciate you a lot.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
And I think you are the best heel in NXT by far.
Okay, now
You're
we're
gonna
talking.
Fuck Tony up.
There we go. See, your boy. Your boy.
I don't know him,
It
though,
started last
so
week. It's
just
going to get a
saying.
whole lot worse.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice. He just doesn't know yet.
Can you just beat the shit out of him? I don't understand why you haven't yet.
As opposed to, what do you mean? I just
Well, you
dumped him on his head on a chair last week.
No, I know,
in a
but I want it
cage.
for a title. I want you to
I
take
have my
everything from
plans.
him.
I have my plans. You just told me he's one of your favorites.
I know.
This is how fast you turn on people.
It is.
So everything you just said about me
I'm a
on
fan.
the tail end of this,
Yeah.
the
It just
second I get
reminded
up and
me.
leave this room, you're going to go, keep it rolling. It was all bullshit.
Why are you taking my shtick? That's what I was gonna do. You can't spoil it.
Because I know you.
I know
That's
it's gross. It's gross. You
why.
do.
No, it's not gross. It's easy.
No, it's
I know
not.
you.
I'm not easy.
Pinpoint from Jersey.
Oh,
No offense.
did you say? Thank you. You just did what I said you did about Canada. I say shit about Canada, and he's like, I never do that about Jersey. You just did.
That's because you said it about Canada.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
It feels great. We're in the United States of America, and I feel great. USA. By the way, did you guys watch USA hockey team beat Canada? You like hockey, don't you?
I do. I haven't watched
Big
the game
hockey
in a long
guy.
time.
3 fights in 9 seconds.
Now we're talking.
Isn't that fucking awesome?
It's old school hockey, baby.
I know. It's so good.
I really wish we could have ended that on a nice note, this conversation.
We can. I can end it however I want.
It's a little too late.
What do you mean? When I thank you, we'll end it.
I thought you just thanked me like 5 minutes ago before you started.
Talking about hockey?
No, before that.
I don't remember. I've already blacked out this whole conversation because I don't even think it's good. I don't even know if it's good or not.
This conversation?
Yeah.
You don't have to air this at all.
I honestly am a little nervous that it's going to be bad.
It's probably going to be bad. My guess is it doesn't get many views.
I wish you would have started crying.
You want to know who I feel
something.
bad for?
Me?
The guy behind the camera.
Why? He's having a great time.
He's not.
He's
been
Tony, how you
pacing
feeling?
back and forth. Continue. I don't even think he's recording anything.
By the way, wouldn't be the first time. Did you hear that story? Okay, behind the scenes, kind of funny story.
Hold on. Are you about to rip apart the guy that's
No.
actually
He had nothing to
producing
do with
your
it. He had nothing to do with it. But I literally recorded with somebody where nothing recorded, and I had to redo it with them.
Who's somebody?
QT.
Poor guy.
And this is like
I love QT.
I love him so much. QT, I love you so much. Do you want to know why I love QT and why he's fucking awesome? Because before I got my own equipment and just was doing it from home, I was doing it at a studio in Jersey City. And I think it was when they were at Arthur Ashe or something. So they did the show. I went backstage and I was talking to him and he was like, oh, I'll do your show this week. Like, I'm hanging around for a little bit. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I'll come to your studio, whatever. He came to my studio in Jersey City. We sat down like for an hour, right? He lives in Connecticut, my producer. So he's not the person who does all that. It's the guy at the studio sets up everything. So we do the whole thing, whatever. And at the end, I'm going to send the recording to myself. And I'm like, whatever. QT leaves because he has a life. He had things to do. And the guy's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like weird. There's like, it's taking a long time to record. I go, okay. Like, I'm sitting here trying not to freak out, but like, I also can tell it's written all over his face. I can just read it. He's like, I fucked up. And like, he knows he fucked up, but he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, she pays for the studio time. Like, she's screwed. So I'm like, I have to go. Like, I have to leave. I had like something else I had to do. And he texted me and he's like, yeah, so none of it got recorded. When I tell you, cry. I don't cry very easily. I was sobbing, like crying, because I'm like, what do you do in that situation? Like,
Right.
It's not the town's fault. And at the end of the day, it's still my podcast. It's my fault. Like, I will never be like, oh, this guy didn't record it. I was like, something happened and I'm so sorry. I text QT. This is why I love him. I said, oh, I got some news. He goes, did nothing get recorded? Like, he knew, he questioned.
Because it happens.
Yeah. And then I was
And
like,
wrestlers expect the worst and hope for the best.
yeah. And I was like,
You've been in this long enough.
I was like, I'm so sorry. If you want to just record on Zoom when you get home, like, I apologize for wasting your time. I feel really bad. He was like, I'm actually going to be in New York on Monday. We'll just redo it.
Boom.
Completely redid the whole thing.
This is a pro.
I know.
A pro.
And he told Cody.
Unlike-
Cody texted me and said, make sure you press record next time. Just one text from Cody saying, make sure you press record
I was about to say,
next time.
while those are two pros, you might want to level up.
I'm sorry, what? What does that mean?
It means push record.
NXT
next time.
level up?
It means push. No longer a show.
I know, but it's a good...
LFG, New show, baby.
By the way, so fucking good, LFG. I think so, at least.
That's what we do.
Who's your favorite coach on it? Taker. Who would you pick if you were like
Taker?
100%. Oh, I'm telling Bully.
Taker.
I'm telling Bubba.
Ask Bubba who would he pick. He'd probably pick Taker too.
Yeah, but heel-wise, I feel like Bully's so fucking good.
Bully knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
I know. I texted him and said I would have been Team Bully. I did. I had to. Because he's so scary. But he's not scary.
See, he's very good about like how he sees it. He says what he feels. Like, to me, I almost feel like you can.
He's scary.
A look is all you need from Taker,
Yeah.
and you just go, oh no.
I know.
You just know. I don't know. They're all incredible. Like they're all so decorated. It's insane.
It's ridiculous.
It doesn't matter which coach is.
Right.
They're all legendary. So it's just
crazy.
Yeah.
But the talent also is insane on that show. And they're so young, and some of them have only been doing it like weeks, and I'm like, holy shit, it's like crazy.
Yeah.
That this is never gonna die. Like pro wrestling's never gonna stop spitting out like superstars just because look at the
Well, that's
people
why
that
you're
are
getting behind this. Like we kind of haven't really shown a lot of how things are done.
right.
We haven't pulled the curtain back so far as they're kind of doing in a very unique and entertaining way on that show. So it's a different kind of look into how we do things.
Yeah.
The building of a superstar.
I think it also is going to attract a lot of people that might not know about pro wrestling, like younger people that might be like, maybe I can try to get into this. Because I'm telling you, if I was in my 20s when I was like a decorated athlete, which I was in other sports.
Is that tap dance?
Why do you keep saying tap dance? By the way, tap dance is so hard.
It's very hard.
I would actually be, I think.
There are competitions.
Yeah.
That could fall under the title of sport.
Yes. No, it is a sport. It's athleticism, and you have to have charisma to be a tap dancer, like whatever.
So were
I
you a tap
couldn't do
dancer?
it. No, I played soccer and basketball my whole life, which you don't care
I
about.
don't know if I believe them.
You
You said decorated though.
Yeah, decorated. That means I was really good at it.
I believe you played basketball and soccer.
I was way better at soccer than basketball.
I don't know about the other part.
But tap dancing's almost like soccer because you got to use your feet and you have to have
I
coordination.
wish I could tap dance.
I wish you could play soccer, probably not, or basketball. No. But anyway, like I was saying before you insulted me, I loved playing sports, but like if I had known about pro wrestling, I feel like I would have like even tried. I don't know if I'd be any good, but I would have tried. And I think that's opening the eyes to people that don't know about it, or maybe it's not the most common sport to be like, oh, let's play soccer when you're in middle school and like do all those things. If you don't know about pro wrestling, you're not gonna be like, I'm gonna try to go to pro wrestling school and get started. Mm-hmm. Shows like this, I feel like can be like, wow, I can do that when I'm younger and like get into it because look how fun this is, look how cool it is.
Why not? We're always looking for talent.
Yeah.
A revolving door of talent coming in, talent moving up. Like we're always looking for talent, and we're looking for it everywhere. Across colleges, it's a different day and age.
Yeah.
Where basically, if you're watching that show and you want to give it a shot,
come to Flatbacks.
Give it a shot. Why not? That's the way I look at it.
That's where we are. Come to Flatbacks. You got to promote it a little bit.
Where are you going to Flatbacks?
If you're in Orlando or Florida.
Oh no, they live in my houses. I have student housing.
Oh yeah, you told me that too. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
We offer student housing.
Wow, you really got to check all the boxes. I didn't know he was this legit. I'm pretty impressed. I feel like I just met you.
You're not really impressed. You're just saying that on camera.
No, I am. You think I'm so mean. I'm not. Awkward. Anyway, I appreciate you, even though you hate me.
Let's end it on that note.
It's about to get Gabby AF.
We bout to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF. We bout to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF.